guys, it's Jill. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Today we are doing a Q&A, get ready with me. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First and foremost, before we get into this get ready with me, I do want to say that I applied for this Fab over 40 thing, and I was not expecting anything. I was not expecting to be chosen at all, but I was. So I am in the running to be on the cover of a magazine called New Beauty. So like essentially this could be me. It has been my lifelong dream to be on the cover of a magazine. Okay? So I am in the running to be on the cover of a magazine. Not only that, but the grand prize winner also wins a luxury spacation, which y'all already know after this year I so need. And I also would take home $40,000. And do you want to know, out of all of these things, what I'm most excited about? Being on the cover of a magazine and fulfilling my lifelong childhood dream of being on the cover of a magazine. So if you guys will do me the huge favor of going down in the description box, I'll also put a QR code up here on the screen, and you guys can vote. You guys can vote once a day. I will keep you guys updated on how many rounds I make it to. So yeah, wish me luck. I would love if you guys would go vote for me. Again, it's right here. Make my lifelong childhood dream come true of being on the cover of a magazine. And then of course, like, the $40,000 would literally change my life, because I'd be able to pay off every single bill that I have and then start even on my student loans, which would be amazing. So if you guys would do me that favor, it is such an honor just to be chosen, and I literally screamed when I got the text and the email, and I was like, no freaking way. So yeah, if you guys would do me that honor, I would greatly appreciate it. I also wanted to say something real quick too. Did you guys know that when you lose weight, obviously like your face loses weight, but did you know, like, your face gets smaller, but did you know that this part of your face gets smaller too? I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, but like, look at these glasses and how stretched out they are, because that's how big my face was. And I don't know what to do to make them, but I can tell. And I was asking, because I mean, even they like fall off easier. But I was asking my daughter, I was like, does your like hair get smaller when you lose weight? Of course, she's like, I don't know. And I'm like, and then I saw someone post a non-scale victory, and they had 2 pair of safety glasses, and they're like, non-scale victory, I had to go down to the smaller ones. And I was like, see, I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew I wasn't crazy. But still, I'm like, but I guess it makes sense. You literally lose weight everywhere. You lose it in your feet. You lose it in your toes. You lose it in your fingers, your wrist, your forearms, like everywhere. So why would we not also lose it here? You know what I mean? Crazy. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get into some questions. I'm gonna do Instagram first. Elizabeth Whiteley asks, current favorite song to dance to? I'm gonna be honest, girl. I've been listening to nothing but praise music lately because of all of this Diddy stuff. I am definitely someone who cannot separate the music from the art. So like, I like Chris Brown, his music. He's very talented. I love the way he looks, and I love the way he dances, but I can't support him. I cannot support him. And there is stuff coming out about Rihanna and like some not so nice stuff about her, and also her being involved in some really shady stuff that doesn't align with my morals and values. And I don't know, but with this whole Diddy thing, I don't know. All of that to say, I have taken Beyonce. I took Usher off my playlist. I was listening to so much Usher. Like at the end of the year, Spotify might be like, Usher was one of the most listened to artists that you listen to, because I was listening to him like crazy at the beginning of this year. I watched his Super Bowl performance so many times. I'm gonna use this palette, by the way. If I can find it, I'll link it. It is the Artistry palette by, it's 35V Stunning Vibes by Morphe. I was like, instead of me sitting here talking, I need to go ahead and do my makeup because it is a get ready with me. But yeah, like I took Usher off my playlist, and hopefully Shawn Mendes can stay. I feel Billie Eilish can stay. But yeah, I guess to answer the question, hopefully Dua Lipa can stay. I really don't have her on my playlist much. I just have that Barbie song, the song that was on the Barbie playlist, and that is one of my favorite, I guess, fitness martial dances to dance to too. So that's one of my favorite. But also, like, if I'm just listening to my playlist, Ludacris, What's Your Fantasy? Classic. Oh, it's such a good song. And yeah, I really like to dance to that too. And then also Hot in Here by Nelly. But like, I haven't really heard anything about Luda, but yeah, that's a long answer just to answer current favorite song to dance to. Not a question. Aw, Ice Queen 7943, thank you. Not a question, you got this. Both my kids are adults. It's hard when they decide to move out on their own. Yeah, I mean, obviously that's not the only thing that's been going on, but that is like, it is huge, and it's been quite the transition for sure. Nobody prepares you for when they leave. Like, it's hard. So thank you, Ice Queen 7943. Mark and Jen G, how old are you? I am 29. 29. I'm 44. By the time you guys see this, I will have turned 44. So my birthday is on October 13th, which if you guys do want to get me something for my birthday, I do have an Amazon wish list, which subscribers asked for any of y'all complaining, like, take a freaking chill pill. But yeah, subscribers did ask for me to make one, so I made one. So you do not have to purchase anything off of it if you have a problem with it. But yeah, I've had a lot of people unsubscribe from me, so don't let the door hit you in the butt when on the way out. So yeah, but if you want to get me something for my birthday, I do have an Amazon wish list, and I'll list it down below in the description box. Williams Lily said, have you looked into getting a smaller, cheaper apartment to help you financially? So how apartments work is that you have to sign a lease. And if you break that lease, you have to pay an obscene amount of money, like a ridiculous amount of money to break said lease. And when I signed the lease for this apartment, it was with the intention that my son was staying and that we were going to need a 3-bedroom apartment. Because trust me when I say, if I had known, because I had to sign that, it was either May, I think it was right at the end of May, because I was really struggling. I was really struggling in May. That was when I first started really, obviously, like, just a lot of stuff happened. In addition to Control graduating, just a lot of stuff happened in May. But and they literally gave me like a week or a week and a half. It was a ridiculous amount of time to make a decision. And I did think about moving back to Augusta. That was in my thought, like, should I just move back to Augusta? By the way, I did these colors in my crease. So like these mostly, and then a little bit of this. And then I'm just putting my brush in these 4 colors. Well, these 5 right here for my lid. So we're just gonna kind of go like, I think this is gonna be the look today. I don't think I'll add like I might add a little bit of, I'm gonna add a little bit of liner. So yes, I have thought about it, but you can't just break a lease without having to spend an obscene amount of money. They don't care. They don't care about your financial situation. They only care about lining their pockets, honestly. So yeah. Did the doctor finally give you some answers today? So I already answered this in a vlog, but if you guys didn't see that, kind of, I do, like, she did my vitamin D levels, and they did come back this morning. I haven't heard from her yet. She also checked into my iron a little bit more because I do have some iron stuff. I think I'm gonna try lining my upper lash line with this. I just want a little bit of color today. I thought that would be, I looked at it and I was like, that would be really pretty. I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but we're gonna try it. But my vitamin D did come back, and the healthy range or normal range is between 30 and 100, and mine is at a 35. So I consider that low. And she also had already told me that she's gonna put me on a higher, because she was like, how much vitamin D are you taking? And I had told her, and she said, I feel like we're definitely, but we're gonna wait on the results. So I'm just still waiting to hear back on what she says. But yeah, vitamin D was low. Whether it was contributing to the symptoms, I don't know. She did give me some other suggestions on things, so we are trying something, but yeah, it's just kind of, I don't know. Morgan 21 Rose, are you all okay after the hurricane? Yes, we actually didn't have anything, so we were very lucky, very, very, very lucky. We had some wind, we had some rain, but no flooding, no damage, no power outages, no nothing. In Augusta, it was really bad. There's not a whole lot of coverage about what's going on in Augusta, but they lost their power for days on end. Phone lines, trees down, really bad in Augusta. My parents had sent me some video, and it's just, and obviously they've been telling me, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So yeah, y'all pray for everyone in Augusta. I don't know anywhere else in Georgia that got hit bad, because obviously North Carolina got hit the most in the mountains. And oh my gosh, my heart goes out to every single person. Like, I can't even imagine. I mean, I have lost everything at one point. It wasn't due to a fire. It wasn't due to a flood. It wasn't due, but I have lost everything, and I haven't like told that story before, but it was very traumatic. It was very hard. Cantrell was 2. He had just turned 2, and I literally lost everything. My heart just goes out to every single person and affected by the storm, and then everyone in Florida, and then this new storm coming. My heart just goes out to everyone dealing with it, and I'm so sorry, and my prayers and thoughts are with you and your family and families. Oh my gosh, like, I just can't even imagine the people, like, they have lost their town, you know, bridges, like, so much devastation, and it just absolutely breaks my heart. So yeah, really, really, really sad. Erica from Atlanta. Hey girl, hey. What book are you now reading? I am reading, no, this is one thing that has been really sucky, you guys, is that it has been really hard with what's been going on in my health issues to read. And y'all know I love to read, and I will get through books, like lots of books through the course of a month. Like at least 3 to 4 books is usually what I read. In September, I was able to get through 1 book, and it was very disturbing. It was very disturbing. Probably shouldn't have been reading it, but I was just like, oh my God, this is crazy. I will put the name of the book up here because Pretty Girls, that's the name of the book. Be warned, it is a really good book, but it is, ooh, there's some crazy crap that goes on in that book. Woo, some crazy stuff. But currently, right now, I am reading the next Mrs. Parrish, and I'll put a picture of it up here, and I'll also link the book down below. But it is so good, but unfortunately, like, it's just taking me so long to get through a book because of how I've been feeling. And it's just been like harder to focus and concentrate because my mind is going a million miles a minute. Like, what's wrong? I don't feel good. And it's been really hard to not focus on how I'm feeling. So with that being said, I it's been hard to like get through these books, and I want to get through this book so much quicker than when I am, because I'm like, I want to read it because it's so good. So I recommend it. But you have to read The Last Mrs. Parrish first, because that's the first book, and then this is the second book. The next Mrs. Parrish. So there's some stuff going on, and I'm like, what are they doing? What's going on? So I'm excited. Hey girl, have you decided on staying in Charlotte for a while? This is from Nikita Maria. Hey girl. So I kind of like, I really did want to move back. Really wanted to move back. But it was a big, hard decision, because it was like, I can't afford to move, you know? But I said, whatever decision I make, I have to make it, and it has to stay for the next 4 years, because my daughter's in high school, and I can't take her out of high school. But on top of that, I mean, obviously, if it gets to the point where like I have no place to live and I have to go home, then like, but you know, so far the decision has been made that I'm gonna stay here. I would like to move back home, but then there are reasons why I don't want to go back home, and that I am staying here. But yeah, it's like a whole thing. It is a whole thing. A.D. Holland said, have you ever considered trying intermittent fasting? Do you think you'll be... Okay, so there's several questions here. Let's do one at a time. Have you ever considered trying intermittent fasting? No. I mean, I have considered it, but I don't know. I am definitely someone that starts to get shaky if I haven't eaten, like, and I've talked about this with my dietitian before. So I don't think that intermittent fasting would be something that would be good for me. Also, they always urge people that have any kind of eating disorder or emotional eating problem or kind of a binge eating disorder to not do intermittent fasting, just because I could see myself giving myself permission to binge, you know, because some people that do intermittent fasting, they're able to eat a higher volume of food at their meals, since they are not eating, basically pretty much not eating breakfast or whatever. So I don't think it would be a good idea for me. So honestly, I don't have any interest in it. Do you think you'll be moving in the upcoming year? I mean, if things change for me financially, yeah, I'm getting out of this apartment. As far as like making more money, if Kentrell decides to do a second year and my financial situation is the way that it is now, yes, I'll be moving to a smaller place. This is a good one. Any 2025 resolutions on your mind? Honestly, no. But now that we're thinking about it, reaching Wonderland would definitely be a goal of mine for sure. And it's a very probable, like very possible goal. Obviously, to be in a much different, much better financial situation than I was in this year. And for me to, you know, make friends, start dating, travel, that would be nice. But yeah. Suzanne296 says, I'm just asking. My question is, why not focus on working to meet the financial need you have when that's going along with struggles, as with most of us that work have it too? Then focus on your weight. Because if I'm not focused on my weight, then I'm going to gain weight, and then I'm going to lose all of my progress. It's almost like telling me, like, I don't understand why you would, I guess I'm not understanding why you would say that. Because if I'm not focusing on my weight and I'm not trying to continue to still work through, like, why would I have to put my weight loss or my weight progress aside because I'm struggling financially. Unless you're talking about why not quit this channel, if that's what you're saying, I've already answered that question. I have been looking for jobs and I haven't gotten a job. So while this is a job, I have a job. I just need to make more money at my job. And yeah, I mean, I've already kind of talked about that. When you are on a weight loss journey and you're trying to change your life, you can't just give up on your goals because life is lifing. If I were to give up on my weight loss or on my transformation journey and just give up on myself, why would you even say that? I'm just really curious. Why would I not want to focus? Why would I not continue want to focusing on my weight? It's not adding any more stress. As a matter of fact, it's bringing me a lot of joy to see myself being able to have these challenges and being able to work through them. And on top of that, I'm maintaining my weight. So I don't know if you mean like, why are you still trying to do 75 soft, which I did a video and I said I wasn't doing 75 soft until like I'm done. I'm not doing any more this year. And I also mentioned that I might try to just maintain the rest of the year. Like, I'm not sure. But why would you tell someone because they're financially struggling to stop trying to focus on weight loss? I don't understand that mentality. I mean, I am. Like, I'm filming more. I'm uploading more. I'm trying a lot of things. I can't just make money appear. Like, I can't make brands want to work with me. I'm applying for brand deals. I'm applying for sponsorships. I am continuing to work. I'm trying to make my revenue go up, but I can't force anyone to work with me. I can't force y'all to increase my engagement by commenting and liking or disliking. I can't force you guys to watch the video all the way through. I can't do any of that, you know? So I'm trying everything I can. I can't bust into a company and be like, hire me! But trust me when I say, like, just because I'm financially struggling does not give me an out to say, okay, Jill, let yourself go. Why would I allow myself that? Why would I do that to myself? I'm really confused at this question. I don't know if I'm seeing it the wrong way or if it's simply how it's saying. Why not focus on working? I mean, I am working. If that's what you're saying, like, I am working. I'm trying my best. I think I don't know. I don't understand where the disconnect, where you guys aren't understanding that I'm doing everything that I possibly can to make as much money as I can. I'm not going to sell myself, okay? I'm not going to sell my soul, and I'm not going to sell myself out. So if I'm working with a company and I don't like a product and they're going to pay me $1,500 and the product is a piece of crap, I'm going to turn that money down even though I need the money. And I understand. I'm not saying that nobody else has these struggles too. Like, never once did it cross my lips that I'm like, I'm the only one going through this struggle. I understand. I literally talked about it with some people at church, and this one woman was like, I make a lot of money. Like, I make really good money at my job, and even I am struggling. So, like, I understand that it's hard and you're like stressed out about it, but just know that a lot of us are going through it. So I never once said that no one else is going through this. I'm just trying to figure this out publicly. Y'all ain't doing it publicly, and I'm getting the brash for it, but I still am not understanding why you feel like I should focus on my financial struggles first and then my weight. I would know. I would set myself back. Why? So more fitness, less waste, 7355 says, my biggest struggle seems to be getting past the mid-size girly stage. I am 130 pounds down. Congratulations for that. Like, that is a huge accomplishment in itself. I have been plateaued for the better part of the summer, despite being super active and doing whatever I can to ensure mental health. Do you have any Jill mind tracks to get back in the zone? I still have about 50 I could lose, but I am really only going for 20 now. Okay, so from my understanding, when you have plateaued, some people can stay in a plateau and literally do everything. I'm trying to think about just some experience of my mindset and what it's been like since I've been basically maintaining for the past 2.5 months, and I haven't been able to see weight loss, and I really want weight loss, and I really wanted to lose 80 pounds this year. So for me, I'm just giving myself grace. Like, if you know you're doing everything that you possibly can, understand that your body is doing what it's doing, and eventually it's going to, the weight's gonna drop. If you want to start doing extra little things, some suggestions that I have received in the past is increase your activity a little bit if you can. Maybe do some more steps. Try calorie cycling, where you eat higher calories one day and then lower calories another. And instead of looking at your calories day by day, look at it as a week-long thing instead of a day by day. So that way you, again, calorie zigzag. Another thing is focus. Girl, this is something that I've been having to do with this 2.5 months of me not losing any weight and me struggling mentally myself. It has been very hard mentally to be okay with that. And what I've had to tell myself is, at least you're not going up. At least you're not gaining weight. And I'm having to focus on the things that I can do versus the things I used to not be able to do. So for instance, I'm thinking, okay, when I get in the shower, I can get into the shower without, or I can get out of the shower without, I can change clothes without breathing heavy. I can sit down and do crunches. I can, I just focus on things that I can do now that I wasn't able to do before. And it keeps me motivated and it keeps me in that grateful frame of mind. Now, trust me when I say I am not an expert on this. So like, people are gonna be like, who the hell is she to say, to answer this question or give any kind of advice on this? And I'm kind of having a little bit of imposter syndrome coming up right now myself. But, because changing your mindset it's incredibly. When I have been plateaued before, because I have also experienced that this year, I just had to focus on the things, like I'm saying, like focus on the things I'm able to do, focus on what it's going to feel like when that scale does break, because it's going to break. And that's what you have to keep telling yourself, just like with what I'm going through right now emotionally and mentally and health problems and stuff like that. Whatever it is I'm going through, it's going to get better. It's not going to be this way forever. It absolutely sucks. Whatever the hell is going on, it absolutely effing sucks. And it sucks when you are eating right and you are eating in a calorie deficit and you are exercising and you are doing everything right and then you're still not seeing results. I would say stay off the scale. Stay off the scale. If you are doing everything right and the scale's not budging, stay off the scale. If you can, increase your water. Try little things like if you stop eating at, say, you usually have your last meal at 9, or maybe you have dinner at like 5 and then you have dessert at 8. Instead of having dessert at 8, maybe move your dessert to lunchtime. So have your dessert with your lunch and then have just your dinner, and then maybe a cup of tea if you're not drinking tea. Maybe try adding some tea if you're not drinking lemon water. Maybe try some lemon water. Increase your water intake if you haven't done that. Find some affirmations. Remind yourself of what a badass you are and how amazing you are. If you need to write it on your bathroom mirror on a sticky note, do that and put it on your just look yourself in the mirror every day. Remind yourself of who you are, how badass you are, how amazing you are, and everything that you've accomplished so far. And then also think about what it would be like if you gave up. What would it be like? What would your life look like if you gave up? And really feel, how would you feel if you started gaining weight because the scale wasn't budging? I did this practice one time. I think it was with Chris Terrell. I can't remember. But I did this one time and I felt what it would feel like to gain all of the weight back. And I was in tears because I was like, oh no, like I cannot do this to myself. So just continually, like when that thought comes up of this is so frustrating, it's okay. It's only temporary. It's going to budge. Maybe do some little tweaks to your diet. Maybe eat super like nutrient dense. Maybe try a vegetarian diet for a couple of days or a week. I wouldn't do anything drastic though. I would stay away from trying to do anything drastic because trust me when I tell you it's going to budge. It really, truly is. Get listening to some weight loss stuff. That will help inspire you, and maybe try to find some stories of people that have been in plateaus. They're gonna happen. They're gonna happen, and sometimes there is absolutely, you can do all of the things I suggested and still it's not gonna budge, and that's just your body fighting back, and there's really nothing you can do except to be patient and remind yourself of how amazing you are. What all you've accomplished, because 130 pounds, that's no small feat. That is huge, okay? So just continue to remind yourself and don't go back. Just don't go back. Remind yourself, I say this a lot to myself, and something that has really helped me these past couple of months is I did not come this far. Like I will literally sit there and say, Jill, like I'll say to the mirror, Jill, you did not come this far just to come this far. Get together. Like I don't say that, but it's like do not gain this weight back. Do not gain this weight back. I also have a picture. I don't have it in here with me, but there's a picture of me that I do not like at all, and it's of me last year Christmas, and I'm sitting down. It's like Christmas Eve, I think, but I'm sitting down and I do not like that picture at all. And I will go and I will look at that picture and be like, okay, and just remind myself of why I'm doing this. So I'm sitting here again struggling with like imposter syndrome because I'm like, well, who am I to tell? But again, I have maintained for the past 2+ months, and I have been through it. And I have also been doing it publicly where people are judging and being nasty and unsubscribing and just thinking that I'm a scam artist and I am disgusting and how dare I do this and ew, I'm just so gross. So to even do it publicly when I'm so obviously going through something myself, and people are still that's really when people really pick up and they're just like their true colors show and they're just nasty and disgusting and this and blah, 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 blah. But I have to deal with that, and I'm still, y'all say what you're saying. Like, y'all ain't gonna break me. You have to really want this so bad. Think about the quality of your life. When I was in the doctor's office yesterday, I was talking about my weight loss, and I was talking about how I want to get back. Like, I don't want to maintain anymore. I want to go back in the calorie deficit. Do you think it's a good idea for me to go back into the calorie deficit? Do you think it's a good idea for me to go back into like intense working out, like not intense, but working out the way that I was? Like, what are your suggestions on this? And, I was telling her like the quality of my life at 320, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back like ever again. So yeah, you've got this though. You've got this. Remind yourself of how amazing you are, and just remind yourself, like, something that's powerful that sticks out to you as far as an affirmation. Like, again, for me, in this time period, it has been, I did not come this far just to come just this far. And you are not going to gain this weight back again, Jill. And if you keep this up, you're gonna gain your weight back. So you've got to do this and just be really diligent. So same kind of thing, you know, stay off the scale if you can. If you are gonna get on the scale, just kind of to take the number, take the data, use it as data, be like, okay, it says whatever it says, write it down, move on. Try your best to not let that number get into your head. I really wanted to detach myself from that number. And then also focus on like how much you've lost. So say, I've lost 130 pounds. Like, detach yourself from whatever that scale, whatever the number on the scale says, detach yourself from that number and say, this number, I've lost 130 pounds. I've lost 130 pounds. I've lost 130 pounds. And just don't give up. Do not give up. Do not give up, because the scale will budge. Focus on the non-scale victories. The non-scale victories are going to get you through as well. If you go back to that time period where I was in that plateau for like 4 or 5 weeks, you will hear me mention, you even hear me now talking about non-scale victories. I have maintained this entire time. That is huge. I want to put the focus on that versus the focus on what the scale is or the fact that I'm not losing weight right now. So it's all about changing your perception and it's all about changing your mindset, and just those little tweaks can really help you. So I hope that helped you out. I'm going to go and look real quick on Instagram and see if there were any more questions. So that is going to do it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. There wasn't any more questions. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Do not forget about the contest and me. Go vote for me to be on the cover of the magazine for Fab Over 40. All the information is linked down below in the description box. Also, if you guys would like to be a member of my channel membership, we do weekly live streams and members only Facebook page, bingo cards, all kinds of stuff. That information and that link is listed down below in the description box. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for your support. And thank you to everyone that submitted questions. You guys are the best. Thank you guys so much. Have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.